What's going on, everyone? It's Tay, aka Slay, and we just gonna get right into it today. I, like many of you, watched Blair White's video, and I, like many of you, have some thoughts. Not all of them good. Let's just go. Blair, Jeffree, why are you using somebody's pain, somebody's trauma, as a chess piece? What sick game are y'all playing? I really can't understand why grown folk are out here playing not only with James Charles's life, but this alleged victim's life. What the hell are you doing? Now, if you remember a year ago, and I know a lot of you do, because a lot of you are like me, we spend way too much time on Twitter and on YouTube, because we just love all of this. Y'all remember that Jeffree said he had receipts. And then backtracked and was like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, where I regret sending those tweets. Then a year later, on the Mom's Basement podcast, when your ass is being roasted over your Davi Vanity support, Jeffree Star, you are over here laughing and kikiing with Keem and Banks, talking about, I have a voice note. If you like, we can take a pause and I can go play this for Banks. I thought that was sus when I heard it. Now we've got Blair coming out saying upon your first contact, you play this voice note for her. In what world did that seem right to you? This person told you about what happened to them in confidence, and you're out here passing it like a blunt at a party. What is wrong with you? I'm probably going to ask that question a lot because I am so irate. I am so annoyed. I am so irritated and disgusted by all of these people. Blair is not a saint here. We all know that. Jeffree ain't shit. Shane ain't shit. We try to talk about this calmly. Now, what I should have done is, I'm going to issue it now, a bit of a trigger warning, because I am going to be talking about assault. So if you are sensitive to topics around assault and assault of a sexual nature, do not watch if you are not in the right headspace to do so. Please take care of your mental health first. Now let's go on. Both of y'all are in the wrong. Blair, you're in the wrong for listening to it. Jeffree's definitely in the wrong for sharing it. See, the reason I think Jeffree did that, one, not just to put her in a horrible position, which is exactly what he did. As Blair said, she was going to make a video about the Davi Vanity situation, about Jeffree, and expose a lot of his wrongdoings. And Jeffree DM'd her, was like, hey, let's be friends. Let's talk about this. The thought that went through my head when I heard Blair describing Jeffree sharing this note with her, it was an overshare, an egregious overshare. And people do it when they are trying to form a connection with somebody. I know I've done it. I've done it on first dates. I've done it with people I just met, where you divulge deep personal information in an attempt to create a connection with somebody, and a connection that should be built over time, where trust is developed, so on and so forth. But you want it immediately. You want that person on your side. You want that person to want to be in your life. So here, let me share this deeply personal information with you so that you and I will bond over that. See, now we both know this. We have this in common. What was Jeffree's end game with that? Was it to have that over her head? We already know Jeffree's a despicable human being. Let's not be coy. Was that his ace in the hole? I said on Twitter that it is 100% up to the victim if they want to go forward, if they want to come forward, and if they want to go to the police. That is 100% on them. Who they tell is their business. What angers me, and I've already said it, is the fact that this information is just freely out here. You and I, me sitting here recording this video and you sitting there watching it, everyone on Twitter, we should not know this information. Unless James Charles is in handcuffs, unless James Charles is sitting in someone's interrogation room, We should not know of the existence of this voice memo. Point blank, period. The reasons for not going forward are plentiful. A victim may be afraid of not being believed, especially with somebody who is as influential as James Charles. They might not be in a place mentally or emotionally where they are strong enough to say, hey, this is my story, this is what happened to me. They might not be in a place mentally or emotionally where they're strong enough to pursue legal action against their assailant. They might have been completely confused as to what happened. I cannot tell you how many times I have sat with people in my own circle of influence and they said, hey, this happened to me when I was this age. I was so confused, and it wasn't until I was older that I realized, oh, that was this, and this needs to be dealt with. That is all fair, that is all valid. But as I said, you and I should not know about this. Period. This should be handled through the proper channels. If this person was a minor, then it was on. The onus was on everybody who heard that note to go to the authorities to protect somebody that apparently they consider a friend. But no, here's Jeffree Star like, come here, I got something. I'm going to use this against James. Hold on. Here you go. Do you hear that? Yeah, okay. Just sharing it with folk, gleefully. For what? For what? Blair sitting in front of her camera saying she's making this video because she doesn't know what to do. Blair, you did what you needed to do. You heard this note, you reached out to the victim and said, I shouldn't know this, but know that you have my support, whatever you choose to do. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm right here. If you want to take it to the authorities, I have your back. If you want to come forward and tell your story, I'm here for you that way. Done. This whole situation brought back memories for me. I remember in middle school, I was with a boy and he wanted to have sex. I, as a 12-year-old, was not ready. So I said no. He kept asking, said, come on, it's okay, trying to convince me to have intercourse with him, to the point where it got aggressive, where he was trying to pull my pants off. Didn't happen. I was stronger than him. Got up, dusted himself off, went on about his way. Didn't look back, didn't say goodbye. I told my friends the next day, I said, look, I was with this dude. This is what happened. I was confused because I was taught that blank was penetrative, was violent, was this. And that's not what that was. But my friends were like, no, what he did was wrong. You need to tell somebody because he could be doing that to other people. And my friends, this was middle school. So 12, 13 years old, my friends marched me to the principal's office, stood next to me as I told my principal what had happened. So you mean to tell me 12 and 13-year-olds have more sense than 30-year-olds? They know what's right and wrong, but 30-year-olds don't? Does that not strike anybody else? It's just a little bit frustrating, little bit irritating, and all the way disgusting. Because the fact that 12 and 13-year-olds can grasp, no, what he did was wrong. You need our support. We're going to stand next to you because we know how scary this is as you tell your story, so that this person is punished for what he did, so that he doesn't do it to somebody else. So, is Jeffree really a friend of this person? No. Not for him to be out here spilling it like it's tea, because it's not. If I was the alleged victim, if the victim is this, because I want to put this out there, is it possible, with the way people are talking about Jeffree Star, is it possible that he paid somebody to create this note? That he was like, hey, I'll slip you some cash, I'll give you a vacation, a car, something, you know, I got it, I'm good for it, if you just record this. Because somebody needs to be served a slice of humble pie, so just go ahead. Is that not out of the realm of possibility? We have people out here saying that they are terrified of Jeffree Star. They are scared to speak out against Jeffree Star. Blair ended her video before she went into talking about Shane and his shenanigans, saying, if I end up dead in a ditch, know that Jeffree Star did it. What is he, a mob boss? Why is everybody afraid of Jeffree? Or did he have something on the person that created the voice memo? It is 100% possible that this is actually a victim. I'm not saying that. I'm just putting that possibility out there because of the way people are acting and talking about Jeffree. I hate to quote Kanye West, no one man should have all that power. And that's that on that. If it were me, if I was the alleged victim, and I'm hearing about it on a podcast, I'm hearing somebody who came to me and offered me their support talk about it in a YouTube video, I would be ready to whoop somebody's ass. Why are y'all talking about this? Why is my pain being used to take other people down? That's not what it's about. That's not what it's for. Some people think it's a deflection from what Shane's doing because we know that Shane and Blair are friends. Some people don't believe it's a deflection. I 100% believe it's a deflection because Blair said it on her Instagram story. She said something to the effect of, if Jeffree keeps letting Shane take all the heat for something he caused, I'm going to speak up. And speak up she did. So conveniently, after all of this stuff that we been knew about Shane, and it's just now being brought to the surface because black people are finally being listened to. Let's be real about that. Jeffree keeps bringing Shane's name up. Shane wanted to dip his foot in the beauty community and then shit all over it. And then people started digging in his past. So Blair was like, oh, no. Let's not forget that Jeffree's evil too. Here's what he did. Even though she went back to edit her video right after she watched Shane's taking accountability video, and she's like, no, I do have to decry that. I don't stand by that. You have your own side of the street to clean up, Miss White. Point blank, period. Personally. And y'all can get mad. I am not about to cancel James Charles off of allegations right now. We did that last year. I'm not about to be like, he's an evil human being. He doesn't deserve anybody's support. Absolutely not. That young man has been through enough at the hands of Jeffree, of Tati, and Shane. He is innocent until proven guilty in my eyes. So I'm not about to sit here and tell my audience it's fuck James Charles. No. I'm not going to do that. What I want is for these people to shut up about this voice memo. And what I mean by that is stop sharing it. That is the utmost disrespect to somebody who came to you in confidence. This is not tea. Stop playing with people's lives. Have some fucking respect. I feel like Celie in The Color Purple. It's like, until you do right, everything you think about is going to crumble. That's happening to some of these people right now. I want you all to be critical thinkers. I want you all to come to your own conclusions and move on in what you feel in your heart. We got a lot to think about, folks. Proceed with caution. I'll see you in my next one.